Choroyana kacha ichashaki. So as we begin to allow the fields to settle here, as they attune through this transmission, chorokosha I, just setting the heart base, hotokosha I. And this is just a reminder that if you find these transmissions to resonate with you at this time, you might consider checking out the deeper versions of this work through the Haeven community. And as well, if you are finding that you need a bit of support during the week, we do have closed Zoom sessions available every Tuesday and Thursday in order to help stabilize your field. These are incredibly turbulent times that we are moving through. So even as we come in here now, we can feel that there is an energy of distrust that's present here within the sacral. Tarokosha-i. This doesn't seem to be emanating from your field of origin. It's something else that's here. Charokosha-i. So we're just going to start to bring source light here. Yep. Almost a bit of infiltration here. Chaho otaki. It feels like it's observing something. Charokosha-i. So we're going to grab onto this here. Chakosha-i. Yeah, it has a bit of a snake-like quality. Chahoya. We can feel this actually all through the front of the abdominal range, into the belly, into the roots. It's affecting into the digestive energy. So we have been talking about the manipulation that occurs between the ascending and descending ranges of the feminine and masculine energies, and how if energy is sent out from your field, there's something that is received back with a quality of interference. This energy here within the abdominal range feels to be some kind of seeking energy. It's observing, it's looking for a way in, or it's looking for a weak point, or it's looking for a moment to strike. So this actually seems to wrap around the masculine range of the field, and in some ways it starts to look a bit like some sort of emblem or some sort of symbol of stature, some kind of honor, katokosha-i, although it really does not have that quality to it whatsoever. It's almost this kind of false sense of, I want to say leadership energy here, takosha-i chokoya, but it's a scavenging energy. Okay, it's like this bright green neon tone, jaho onokosha-i, snaking around. It seems to go from the root up the body, across the front of the chest, and then around the back, kind of wrapping into this shoulder blade here. Karako konokosha-i. Yeah, I start to feel very nauseous as I feel into it. So good, and clearing where this is affecting into the base of the brain. This energy feels heavy. The energy itself is not heavy. It creates a sense of heaviness though. And it creates a sense of dizziness, fog, confusion type sensation. Although again, it's not that particular energy, but it creates a heaviness that makes you feel these qualities. It's very different how this is coming through. Chahokosha-i. It's almost like it creates a weighted feeling it's in the psyche, yes, but you start to experience it then. Once you pick up on it in the psyche, your body starts to experience it. And this is where the mind then says, I need some kind of soothing. So we go into the addictive patterning here. Chorokosha. It feels very sickening because it's also feeling through the human then like this is something. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I grab that thing to eat? I know I shouldn't eat it. It's really ramping up the self-judgment and the shame component here. Charokosha-i. It's also giving me a quality of this snake in the garden. So there's a bit of this Adamite tone here. Chokosha-i, where the snake is being worn almost as if the person that's wearing it doesn't really even realize it's a snake. It knows it's wearing some sort of identifying feature that it believes as others look at them they're seeing this sense of hierarchy here. And yet it's really a type of scavenging energy. It's incredibly painful in the mind. It feels, there's an energy around like disdain. It's almost like if I were to see someone with this, I almost have disdain for them because they are so kind of, well, those qualities, right, of snakiness and scavenging. It's kind of how, I suppose, in the Bible, they treated tax collectors. But this, interestingly, what's happening is the individual, right, that has this energy on them actually holds disdain in its vision. It doesn't realize that's what's happening, though. It feels like it's wearing a badge of honor of some sort. So very sickening here. It's really quite detrimental to, again, I want to say the physiology in the sense that it's mind-based. It's in the psyche. And then it filters down and affects deeply into the body itself. Okay, so let's bring source light into the back of the head here. Good, clearing this through the back of the head, the right side. So these masculine ranges here. And okay, where it's affecting into the front of the throat then. Wow. Feeling this into the womb energy. Gosh. It's almost as if wearing this badge of honor energy is allowing for a bypassing of the womb energetics. And when we say that, essentially that means being able to commune within oneself, to know, sense, feel the energies of self as a viable source field. It's almost like individuals who have this energy running are not capable of feeling or seeing themselves as having a sense of worth, as having almost an identity beyond what is externally created or what is externally imposed upon them. This is horrifying. How bad this feels here. And this really does feel like what we might even call these repressed masculine ranges. But I feel that it's also something that would have been referred to as the repressed feminine in the masculine range, but that's not at all what's happening here. It's almost as if this causes an inability to connect, yes, with one's feminine range here. So this is really, really wonderful that we're seeing this. It's an arc through the mind, impenetrable. It has a quality of being like a helmet almost here. So this is galactic based negativity and distortion. Okay, affecting really through the glandular system here. So let's open the fields here through the core to bring source light to spin through this. Yeah, there's a lot of grief here. There's a feeling of not wanting this removed because it's a sense of safety. It's a sense of security. And I have identified so deeply with it. It feels like you will be removing a piece of me if you take this away. So it's holding on very tightly. But that, yeah, it's a parasitic range here. Karokosha each. Okay, good. And we feel this into the base of the feminine sacral. Exactly where we were seeing this morning too. So this is beautiful. Darokosha. Major progression here through the fields. Good. Bringing source light to the front of the mind, into the feminine sacral. Where this is further embedded into the psyche. Anokoya daki, jarokoya daki, jahokoya. Good. So let's continue to infuse this range here and let's come in. Wherever you have also experienced this energy as infiltrating your energy field or energy fields of things you are connected or related to, darokosha-i, yep, darokosha-i, this invasion or this infiltration through the fields. We also want to, let's create an origin point here of your field, allowing you to bring this point to yourself, darokosha-i, first and foremost here, and to any residences or locations that you have association with, that you feel will need clearing. Good. I can feel the ramping up of the pressure here through the mind as we are setting this up here. So this is good. That's a lot of feedback. So into any land, buildings, spaces. And let's map any energy signatures that you have had interactions with that you are desiring to release now. You might feel this in the feminine sacral here. Yeah, it's a bit of a collection spot here. Good, so just continuing to prepare the fields through the heart core, through the masculine and feminine channels, and opening through the center and through the center of the mind, through the temple spaces here, through the ears, through the glandular system, and activating here now. Through the core, Arokosha I Chakoya. Okay, you might start to feel pressure and you might start to feel a bit anxious, but that's really the response of the parasitic ranges. That's not your field. Tarokosha I Chaya. Okay, Tarokosha, just breathing in here. You can feel the tightness in the belly here. It's almost hard to Tarokosha I Chaya. So we'll just ask you as you take in your next breath that you want to make sure to expand the belly because we can feel the tightness here and how there's been a collapse and or constriction, Tarokosha, of life source as a result of this. So you may actually need to take a few breaths before you're able to expand the belly. With each breath, just becoming aware of a softening here that's wanting to occur. So a range within the field here that has been very shut down, very disconnected. This is womb integration here, Tarokosha, through the masculine range. So it's safe to come in here now. Tarokosha I. It's safe to be present here now. We can feel this is terrifying. This is completely terrifying for these masculine ranges. They have been told they cannot be here. They have also been lured here before and murdered. They have been told that they are unworthy of being here. So let's also observe the energies that did the luring here. These high priestess ranges. A bit of this succubus tone. Concubine energy. Helpless feminine. Luring, using, destroying the masculine range. Good. So let's clear the origin points here. Simultaneously transmitting this consciously through your connections. Correcting these ideas of enslaving masculine compassion. It's really brutal to feel this here. Enraging, inflating the masculine energy here. Tarokosha is a false masculine tone. Tarokosha that was created based off a hijacked feminine range. So feeling this deeply through the left abdominal range here, right around the hip space. It feels like a really long screw. It's really more of a bolt that has been embedded into the field here. So scanning the full extension of this here. Okay, feeling that, yep, in the glands on the left side, through the base of the ear, this communication system, this hijacking component. Through the bandwidth, range, dark feminine, ranges here. Tarokosha I. Okay, good. Okay. So just tracing here through the fields. Darokoshai chanokoyata ki. So where your energy has felt hijacked, it is this sense of that addictive flow here. Koshai chataki. A running unsatisfaction. Charokoshai. Constantly looking for something to fill something or apply something here. And this energy of insurrection, Charokosha choya, also Tarokosha embedded in through the front of the heart, this false seal, has a slavery component to it, this component of needing to obey Takosha and not rise up. So many imprints and brands here. Okay, let's start to expand through the core here. I'm going to open field extensions through the ranges, gently allowing this to infuse and to build the energy of explosion, annihilation, destruction. Where the masculine psyche associates this with expansion of its energy field, growth and evolution being inaccurately tied to destruction. Bringing source light here into the womb energies here, the womb integration. Coming in through the base of the brain on the right side here. Be very gentle with this. Restructuring. Allowing this to shift through the mind. Tarokosha ichaya. Shifting these energies through the mind base. Just continuing to infuse the light here. Allowing this to clear and drop out these ranges. Postponement of realignment. Charokoshai. Having reached Takashai, the edge of despair. Okay, and let's just see if we can pick up on any masculine, energetic signatures, Tarakoshai, that may be asking to receive here. So we just present this transmission. Good, because it's coming in under the cover of the addiction tone, which is quite brilliant. Tarakoshai, Chakoya. It's like it almost swapped it out here, so that was really brilliant. Chakoshai, Okay, this nurturance of source tone here through the mother wound, really affecting the glands. Just continuing to expand the transmission. Good, and feeling these masculine energies starting to talk to one another here. To create and establish this resonance here, Charokoshai, picking up on this effect and broadening the spectrum here. Good, good, good. Okay, and really taking a moment here to honor these ranges that are allowing this now. Good. Good. We'll just provide some assistance here because this is a foreign place. For masculine energy to feel comfortable in this sacral womb space. Just supporting through the grief here. And yeah, this is going to also be clearing around, it's often, probably call it these pornographic ranges here, this misery, kosha, because those energies are deeply connected to mother wounds, charo kosha I choya, but it's really not something we typically broadcast because of the level of shame. Taro kosha I chakoya. It's grief and shame around the abandonment from the mother, karakosha I chataki, this inverted signature here. Okay, there's like an anchor in the field. So we're going to come in here. This is, again, kind of a delicate process. Chahorokoshai, charokoshai, chanaki. Tarokoshai, choyanaki. Okay, just allowing this to be stretched here. And we're going to set time signatures to deliver Tarokoshai this here. Okay, we have a lot of energies that are actually coming into rehabilitation here. Chahokoshai that are assisting the process. Chahoya, chashaki, cha onokoya taki. It feels like energies that can no longer sustain themselves here because of this rising foundational base in the human frequencies. And so as a result, it seems like if they help to assist here, tokoshai, chaya tokoshai, there's some sort of rehabilitation that they can receive. Tarokoshai, chanakoya daki, chokoya. Good. Clearing. Just infusing these gentle tones here to help ease the nausea, any responses that are coming up as a result of allowing and accepting this here. Chokoya, just deeply honoring the energy fields for negotiating this. Charokoshai, chayatokoshai. Good. And primal rest here. Continuing to release the infiltration through the mind. Tarokoshai, chatakai. Tarokonaki, jarokoshai, chatakai. As it is so.